of our sport. For me, this part of the season is unique and so special.
Well, a quite magnificent finish. That's it. He's done it.
A fourth consecutive win here at the Monte Carlo Country Club. He's done it. The king of clay still reigns here in the Principality. There it is. Rafa rewrites history.
Nadal's in seventh heaven in Monte Carlo. 8 times a champion in the Principality. What a way to seal it! And Rafael Nadal wins a 9th title. Rafael Nadal rewrites the tennis history books in Monte Carlo. Rafa rules in Monte Carlo for an unprecedented 11th time.
What a picture that is. Nadal up against a packed stand. We hope those fans can return as soon as possible here to the Monte Carlo Country Club. What a record he has. He was talking earlier this week about what a special place in his heart this tournament will always have. There's the Rafa Nadal tournament history here at the Rolex Monte Carlo Masters. 11 titles, ruled supreme between 2005 and 2012, another 3 to add to the tally. 2016, 17 and 18, of course. He came up short 2019, a couple of years ago, losing to Fognini in the semi-finals, so he'll be looking to go one better. There's the win-loss record as well, a 72nd victory yesterday, just the 5 defeats. Quite incredible stuff, and we are a moment away from Rafa reappearing on the centre court here in the sunshine. He'll be taking on Grigor Dimitrov. We're going to change things up in the commentary box for what is our 3rd match of the day on this show court. Handing over to Lucy Arl, and the first voice you will hear belongs to Mikey Pereira.
Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Arv. Well, some surprises already today on this Thursday. Novak Djokovic falling by the wayside. A terrific performance from Dan Evans to see off the world #1 in straight sets. Now it is the turn of Rafa. Can he avoid what would be an upset against Grigor Dimitrov, a player that he has a very, very good record against? As Nadal looks to try and continue his love affair with Monte Carlo, 11 titles here. No player has ever won a Masters 1000 title on more occasions than that. Good to see a fair amount of blue sky above us. Fingers crossed that stays there for the rest of the day, because we have a couple more matches on this Court Renier-Trois court. Later on, Andrei Rublev against Roberto Bautista Agut, but as you can see, our next match is Nadal against Dimitrov, and that should be just a moment away. Such a good record that Nadal has against Dimitrov. He's only ever lost once before against the Bulgarian, and Nadal, well, he started in good fashion this week in Monte Carlo yesterday, taking on Federico Del Bonis in his 2nd round encounter.
Now the Spaniard gets his bid for what would be a 12th title up and running.
Yeah, good start. Always good to come back to the competition with a victory, of course. He started the season playing well. Always a tough battle in front of him. He's a great player, a good friend of mine. So yeah, I need to play my best if I want to really have chances to keep going. I'm gonna try.
It was a solid performance, and you wouldn't really expect much less from Nadal, taking out Del Bonis in no time at all, really. 6-1, 6-2. It will be a step up, you feel, in quality of his opponent today. But Luciali has a very good record, doesn't he, against Dimitrov?
Well, he does. He's got quite a good record against most players, hasn't he, to be honest. But Dimitrov only winning the once, and not on clay. That was on the hard courts, as you mentioned earlier, in Beijing. They have played here 3 times, though, and they have had a few tight matches, so it's certainly something that Nadal will be ready for out here.
It's a glorious stage here in Monte Carlo. Yes, of course, we do miss the fans, but it is just fantastic to have this tournament being played at all. Of course, we missed it last year. And seeing Nadal stride out onto this famous court just feels right, doesn't it, at this time of the year. And he will follow behind Grigor Dimitrov, who knows these courts well.
Ils sont opposés au numéro 3 mondial, 11 fois vainqueur ici du Rolex Monte Carlo Masters, 20 titres du Grand Chelem à son actif, l'Espagnol Rafael Nadal.
And here he comes, the 11-time champion, rocking the purple and pink look this week. I like it.
It seems to be the group of colours, doesn't it? A lot of players mixing it up, some matching up, some mixing between the different colours.
It's the season for purple, as Nadal will look to just try and make it safe passage into the next round. Didn't have too many scares yesterday. Dimitrov with 73 wins on clay in his career. And just to put the task in some context, Nadal has 72 wins on clay here. It really is a massive task that Dimitrov does face.
Amazing, isn't it?
You just can't help but watch as he goes through the routine when he comes out onto court. It's still so fascinating.
Welcome on court, gentlemen. Ciao. So, few tips. We have TV changeovers. If you need more mark inspection, let me know, and I will check it out right away. I would give number 1 box to you, Grigor, number 2 to Rafael. Any questions? Head or tails? Heads. Have a good match.
Nadal winning the toss, and he will serve first, the Spaniard. Grigor saying, OK, let's swap sides then. Trying to get in the head of Nadal, the number 3 seed here. Nadal looking the way of the Mediterranean Sea first off. A little bit of breeze about. As we see the part of the draw these two find themselves in, you can see the winner will take on a seeded player. It will be either the 6th seed or the 9th seed. Rublev, Bautista Agut are playing later on. They are the last match of the day on Court Renier-Trois. Who feel Rublev will be the favourite for that. The way he's playing.
Played well yesterday, didn't he, Rublev? Yep. And the amount of matches we've seen that he's won.
In the past, he has had some good runs here. Dimitrov, he has reached the semi-finals, and of course these are courts he knows well. What do you think he has to do today to just try and unnerve Rafa Nadal?
Well, I think, as we know, he's such a talented player, isn't he? He's able to use the variety of the matches that they've played before. He's been able to open up the court well with the forehand and then look to get into the backhand wing of Nadal. He certainly doesn't want to be dictated by the Nadal forehand, and I think as well, as we've seen, I mean, he can hit through that backhand up the line, I think will be a key shot for him, but he can also change the height and the speed of the ball as well, just try and break the rhythm and create opportunities to maybe control the point and get forward. Probably going to be his easiest way of winning the point, but not always easy to do. You've got to construct the point well, particularly on the clay, and I think the one thing when you're playing Nadal is you don't want him to be able to control things and play at his speed. I mean, it's always a tough battle, isn't it? And certainly know each other's games very well.
You can see he's trying to keep his hands warm. It's a little bit chilly out there for the Bulgarian, who has won a Masters 1000 title before. Just the one, that was at Cincinnati. Of course, did win the Tour finals as well in London in 2017. Just wonder, do you think Nadal was keeping an eye on the TV screens over the last couple of hours to see his great rival Novak Djokovic falling by the wayside?
Definitely. You know, they're obviously coming on this court, and you know the players will follow what's going on, and I think obviously a huge upset, isn't it? And intrigued to see Evans, the way that he played on, particularly on clay. I mean, it was his only 5th ever win tour level on this surface for Evans, and he's taken on Novak Djokovic. So Nadal certainly, I'm sure, would have been watching that one in the locker room, waiting to come out. Big shock.
Very big shock indeed. It would be a very big shock if Nadal was to lose in this match against Grigor Dimitrov. Look at that. You can just about fit all the years that he has won on that screen there. 11 times he's been the champion here in Monte Carlo.
It's just incredible, isn't it? I mean, the amount of success that he's had, and on the clay, obviously his favoured surface, has done extremely well on all other surfaces as well, but the clay he really has dominated. And I mean, it's never easy to defend titles, and the way that he does it year in, year out, just doesn't give anyone too much chance.
30 seconds. But numbers have just become so skewed in our minds, haven't they? Because 11 Masters 1000 titles would be a really successful career for anybody, but he's won 11 here. It's absurd.
It is. I mean, it is incredible, the consistency that he's had year in, year out, given the other players that are playing at this time as well.
Carlos Moya in the coaching corner of Rafa Nadal. It is a family affair. Dad watching on as ever. Of course, we did see Uncle Tony in the coaching corner of Felix Auger-Aliassime. Early exit for the Canadian this week. So with Novak Djokovic falling by the wayside in round 3 already today, Rafael Nadal will be encouraged, and he will look to try and make his way safely into the quarterfinals as he takes on Grigor Dimitrov. This is the 3rd match of the day here on Court Rainier Trois. Always a big favourite here in Monte Carlo whenever he steps out onto court, but the fact that Djokovic is now out, he becomes an even firmer favourite for this event. Can he just move in the right direction here? The Spaniard, the great Spaniard here.
Ready?
Trying to remain on course for title number 12 here in the Principality. It is Nadal to get us underway.
15-0, 15 love.
Of course, Nadal seeded number 3, wasn't he, here? It's the highest seed left in now, given that Djokovic has gone out. Obviously, Medvedev didn't even start. Testing positive.
Monte 0, 30 love.
Couple of straight sets wins so far for Grigor Dimitrov to get to this third round stage. Jan-Lennard Struff and Jeremy Chardy in the last 2 rounds. Forehand firing already.
Serving well. Nadal as well. Playing close to the lines and being able to control the point through the backhand, a little flatter there. See the work he's able to get on the forehand side to move up off the court.
Phenomenal start for Rafa Nadal. Does not waste any time at all as he looks in mean mood already against a player that, as we mentioned, he has such a good record against. They have played 14 times before over the years. First meeting coming back in 2009. He's won 13 of those 14 meetings. Tough to make a case for Dimitrov when you look at that sort of previous record, but really, what weapons can he bring to just get at Rafa Nadal here?
Well, he's got weapons, hasn't he? And I mean, the way that he moves around the court, it does play well on clay. He does have the variety. I mean, the big thing up against Nadal, it's not always easy to do, is trying to stop him being able to control on the forehand side. Sometimes it can be a good tactic to get into the forehand to then make him move on the backhand side. Not that that's a bad shot, but it's obviously not as strong or potent as the forehand, where he can really get the ball to shift off the court. And I mean, it's tough for you to really do much off it. Comfortable moving forward. He's trying to create those opportunities. So the start of the point's important, particularly with the first serve. If he can open up the court that way, if he gets a chance to look at some second serves, try and get ahead in that area as well.
Certainly
help if he can serve like that.
Yeah, he's got to serve well, hasn't he? Absolutely imperative. Dante Bettini.
It seems to be a good appointment. Obviously,
yeah.
Former coach of Kei Nishikori. Hooked up the end of last year, didn't they?
Entre 15, 30-15.
Certainly not warm out there. You can see Dante Bettini is wrapped up.
It's always interesting when players look to change their teams, and it's something that Dimitrov has done a fair amount, hasn't he? He's worked with a lot of different players over the coaches, should I say, over the years.
Couple in a row.
31.
After the ace. Still looks as if he's feeling a bit cold out here.
Yeah, he's trying to keep the hands warm.
Whether he maybe expected the Evans match to go to 3 sets.
The way that goes, the wind has certainly just picked up over the last few moments.
40.
Under some pressure already here, Dimitrov.
Net, premier service.
That is a real blow. 3 double faults in one game. It's already a tough task to take on Nadal on this court without any favours.
3 doubles and an ace. Bizarre service game there. He suddenly looks as if he's freezing out here.
Maybe get the tracksuit top back on.
Use his forehand, trying to control things, just misfiring there. I guess you then do feel that you've got to hit pretty close to the lines against Nadal.
Monte 0, 30 là.
Just supreme depth from Nadal, using every centimetre of this court allowed.
Given that Dimitrov's shot was pretty deep as well. Returned with interest there from Nadal. It started well, hasn't he?
For 15.
First double for Nadal. Well, it is a fast start from the 11-time champion here in Monte Carlo. Oh, what is a chilly afternoon. Layers going on in the crowd.
Excellent start from Nadal. Dimitrov's a little slow, isn't he, out here? Doesn't look to have settled at all.
Eyes on the prize so far for Nadal. Not wasting too much time, the Spaniard, in getting started here. And let's check in with goings on elsewhere over on Court des Princes. The defending champion, Fabio Fognini, safely through that opening set against Filip Krajinovic of Serbia. 6 games to 2. Good stuff so far from the Italian, the 2019 champion.
As a 0-15.
Nadal, talking about his win against Del Bonis, just said it was a solid match, I think. Nothing unbelievable, but nothing wrong. A positive start. That's exactly how you want to start a tournament, really.
It is, having not played for so long. Just settled in very well, Nadal. Something the top players do so well, isn't it? They just get better as the tournament goes on. Obviously want to be playing your best tennis at the end. You can make it that far.
As a 30, 15.
4. Really struggling.
Well, I think you might be right. I think you might have been thinking that Evans-Djokovic match was going to go to a 3rd set, because he doesn't really look ready yet.
It doesn't seem to be the case, does it? 7 unforced errors. Obviously 4 of them on the serve. First serve percentage 33. Nothing wrong with that, though.
Yeah. Of course, it is tricky for players when they are following on a court, following behind another match, and you think, okay, Djokovic, I'm thinking he's going to take the 2nd set, and suddenly Evans pulls it out of the bag in straight sets. It caught everyone by surprise, perhaps, including Grigor Dimitrov. Perhaps he is just warming up.
Monte 40, 30-40.
Lands that first serve.
Avantage Nadal. Nadal.
Yeah, it's away. Nadal rocking and rolling. Again, he's just being solid. He hasn't had to be spectacular so far. It's a big helping hand from the Bulgarian, who has not got going. His hands still seemingly haven't warmed up. He's still in his pockets.
Something's not right, is it? I mean, Nadal, as always, pretty stingy. Just one unforced error, a couple of winners. Serving numbers pretty decent. Not the same for Dimitrov, though, at all. Not really what we expected.
Yes, 0-15. Monte 0.
1 point lost behind serve for Nadal so far, and that was a double fault. So Dimitrov barely laying a finger on the Nadal serve.
40-0.
Very much feels like business as usual for Rafa Nadal so far here in Monte Carlo. Lightning quick starts. And Dimitrov just has not got going. 5 games to love. Tough this for Dimitrov, isn't it, Lucy?
Well, it is. It's hard to know what to make of it. He's won 6 points out here so far. He hasn't got close. I mean, average rally length is probably about 2 at the moment. I mean, Nadal doing what he does, but Dimitrov doesn't really look in it, does he? 10 unforced errors. We've seen the trouble he's had on serve. It'll be interesting to see how this unfolds, whether there's an issue, whether he's not feeling well or some sort of injury, or whether he just was caught in terms of not expecting to maybe come on quite so quickly. See if he gets going here.
That's Rafa Nadal in a hurry at the moment, striding out onto court before time was called.
Time.
Less than 20 minutes played, and Dimitrov serving to stay in this opening set.
Kansas 0-15. Monte 0-30. Monte 30-15.
Sitting comfortably, I think. Carlos Moya.
45, 40-15. 40-30, 40-30.
He'd just love to get off the mark here, Dimitrov, just to make him feel a whole lot better about things. There we go. Nice finish on the backhand side. And a sigh of relief, I'm sure, for Grigor Dimitrov. He avoids the dreaded bagel.
Better serving, wasn't it, from him? That did help out and got ahead in the game. These are the types of backhands that we're normally used to seeing from him. And still a little cold, isn't it?
There we go. Perhaps it is the start of a miraculous comeback now. Maybe. Perhaps the tide is turning here, Lucy. 6 of the last 8 points have gone the way of the Bulgarian.
Such an interesting sport, isn't it, with the scoring system. So he's trying to mix things up. They're used to the slice backhand. He's going up the line when he can. Obviously, they'll take some time away from Nadal. He's seen some success with that tactic. It's getting that balance, isn't it? Also important to put enough balls in court.
Net for serve.
Monte,
31.
14th error, that one. Strings a little tight. Let's see if that helps.
This is a 6th meeting between these two on the clay. Dimitrov has only ever taken 1 set off Nadal in the previous 5. That was the first time they met on the clay here in Monte Carlo, actually, in 2013.
It was a great match, that one.
Yeah, quarter-final.
Net for serve.
Oh, he's landed it. Right in the corner.
I thought that was going long as well, just dropped in. Great shot.
Avantage Nadal.
Been pretty solid behind first serve in this set. And it is set point. We have seen it many times in the past, and I'm sure we'll see it in the future as well. Rafa Nadal breezing past an opponent here on Court Renier Trois. A one-sided set, 6-1.
It's a bit of a surprise that it was so quick. I mean, it wasn't really a contest, was it, between the two players there? See the numbers solid from Nadal, doesn't give much away at all, but 15 unforced errors from Dimitrov. That's not going to help your cause at all, is it? And see, he was really struggling, majority on the forehand, 5 double faults as well. That didn't help his cause at the start, getting broken straight away. So the speed a little faster on the first serve from Dimitrov. Nadal, as always, putting so many returns back into play and winning the exchanges, however long they were. Numbers not looking good at all, were they, for Dimitrov? So a lot of work for him to do. Nadal will be very happy to get through that so quickly. Good percentages in all departments for Nadal.
So far, so good for the 11-time champion. Grigor Dimitrov needs to warm up, and quickly, because he just looked like he was caught cold, really, from the start of that one. We can see over on Court des Princes at the moment, Fabio Fognini. Well, it was a good first set for him, but Krajinovic is fighting back in set 2. That match going on over on Court des Princes. Still another match to come on that court later on today. Casper Ruud against Pablo Carreño Busta. So what have you got, Grigor? Trying to be more aggressive already here.
Well, he is, and it's not really helping, is it? 17 unforced errors. It's just difficult to really work out. I mean, he's played 2 decent matches to get to this stage. Certainly played Nadal, had some close matches before as well. To change it up there, serve and volley tactic. Still struggling in terms of numbers on his first serve.
15-30.
It seems as if he's going to look to try and finish the points pretty quickly, because we can see as the point goes on, he's not looked that comfortable. Been happy with his string tension.
These are worrying signs already.
Just can't keep the ball in the court, can he, at the moment? I mean, the conditions are tough. It is cold, so it's heavy. To be honest, you'd feel that that would maybe suit Dimitrov a little more. He's certainly used to conditions here in Monte Carlo.
Just looks completely out of sorts, does Grigor Dimitrov, as Nadal keeps his foot very much on the gas. It is a break right away.
Well, at the moment, Nadal just needs to keep the ball in play, and he certainly hasn't got any issues with doing that, has he? Percentages as always from him, but he hasn't really been pushed at all so far.
It is chilly, it is breezy. Dimitrov again with hands in pockets.
He's not hanging around, is he? And I mean, sometimes as well when you're playing Nadal, you know that he takes his time, and the last thing you want to do is just be standing waiting. His coach said something there that seemed to set him off.
He's not best pleased with how things are going so far, unsurprisingly. This is a player who has been to a semi-final here, quarter-finals twice as well. Nothing wrong with the forehand so far today for Rafael Nadal. And the serve has been in pretty fine order as well.
It has. Dimitrov has really struggled on return. Nadal, 71% of first serves. He's winning 82%. When he lands that first serve, and 71, should I say, when he lands the second. He's not losing any points.
40-15.
Pace on the serve from him.
he just can't lay a glove right now on Rafa Nadal during these rallies.
Nadal mène 2 jeux à 0. 2 games.
I mean, you could see there who's looking to try and go for bigger targets more down the centre of the court, but still ends up with an error. And Nadal is probably the last person you want to have these types of days against. He's not going to give you a thing.
And 50.
Errors from Dimitrov. Oh.
22 now. Fully airborne that time, trying to do the Space Jam.
I mean, to be fair, he is trying to do different things out here. Nothing seems to be working at the moment for him.
Yeah, I think you're right. You would sort of say you have to do that sort of thing. You have to try and shake things up. It's going to be tough to go toe-to-toe with Nadal at the baseline on this court. And the problem is when you try and be the aggressor, that's when the errors do come.
I think as well, and I mean, he's such a talented player, Dimitrov, and I mean, we've seen how badly he's been timing the ball out here. I mean, it's not close when he's missing, is it? I mean, he's opening up and he's missing by quite a way. And again, we've seen some of that overhead at the net. I mean, that's something that he would barely ever miss.
Monte 40. 34.
It's one thing at the moment that he has done. He seems to have kept his head. Not sure how long that will last.
In danger of the double break here.
Égalité. Avantage, Nadal.
Just trying to hang on. Break points again. Well, there we go. He had kept things under wraps. And finally, he does boil over. That racket's gone. Time for a new one. Nadal in command. 3-love.
Thanks.
Oh, he did do a decent job of smashing that. I mean, what a rough day for him. I mean, he's having a shocker, isn't he? I mean, I really enjoy watching him play. As I say, he's got so much talent and ability, but it is far from happening for him at the moment, and it was just a matter of time. I'm not surprised that that happened because, I mean, he can't find the court at the moment. It's as simple as that.
That's the best connection he's had all day so far. By a distance.
I mean, he's actually played 2 decent matches to get to this point, but it is not happening at the moment. Getting out of the chair quickly. It's not hanging around.
So, new racket. Will we see improvements for Grigor Dimitrov? That's out of his system now. You expect that Nadal will continue on his merry way. A set and a double break.
One thing's for sure, it's not going to phase Nadal. He's going to just continue getting on with things.
Yes, sir. Out 15.
Sent back with interest that time. The return somewhat rushed Nadal. Just the second tournament he's played in 2021, of course. Rafa, quarter-final run at the Australian Open. Lost out to Tsitsipas.
Autocats 30-15.
Unforced errors, just so different. I mean, it's up to 27 now for Dimitrov, just 4 for Nadal. Chalk and cheese.
Well, it is.
Nadal.
Can Dimitrov get us to the hour?
I mean, it is tough to see, isn't it? I mean, he's just having such a rough day out here.
Well, Rublev's up next, and he does not want to get caught cold like perhaps Dimitrov was.
Starting his warm-up.
Yeah.
Needs to be ready to go.
Good to see you in a minute, Andre. Taking on Roberto Bautista Agut, last up on this court.
Zero cans, no 50.
I'm not sure he can do it, Mikey.
Well, Nadal has played, well, this is his 78th match here in Monte Carlo. He's only ever won in less than 1 hour once before. was 2010 against Barrère. 6-love, 6-1. Could do it again. That was 54 minutes back in 2010.
Monte, 34.
That's what he's capable of. The brilliant
exactly.
angle.
And I mean, it'll be interesting to see what he says about it after the match.
40-30.
And it can also be difficult when you're playing an opponent who's missing so much. You're not getting much of a rhythm either. I understand why Nadal's chucked in a few more errors. There's certainly not been many from him.
Lands this one safely.
Dimitrov.
Again, it's perhaps job number one done. He's avoided the bagel.
4 games to 1.
Can he find any more games, though? It's Nadal 4-1 up. Tough work. But Nadal has done this to players before, and he will continue to do so. As Andrei Rublev has perhaps just sped up the skipping.
Well, I think it's important to make sure you have a decent warm-up, isn't it? In these conditions, you need to be firing from the start, ready to go. Getting the heart rate up, getting the band work done as well with his trainer. He's looking pretty relaxed.
He is.
Decent.
Kid in the playground.
Decent at skipping, isn't he? See if he can do any double jumps.
That's a step up, isn't it? The double unders. Oh, there we go. It's like a boxer. So Rafa Nadal, a couple of games away from a very, very comfortable victory here in this court that he knows so well.
Time.
I mean, it certainly isn't easy when you're not feeling the ball at all, and it certainly seems to be the case out here. And it's tough. But the first thing that's got to change is the mindset, just to try and see if you can play with some bigger margins, bigger targets out there, a little bit more spin on the ball. We have seen him look to get forward. That certainly didn't work. I think pretty early on it kind of got the feeling he didn't really believe that perhaps he could get too much better.
Bullseye. It looks so wonderful when he plays it like that.
It certainly does. I mean, he's got a great backhand. He times it so well, uses it effectively up the line, stepping in, full extension through that shot. Good pace on it as well. It's just been few and far between today.
40-15. 40-50.
I know he hasn't been pushed, Nadal, but one area where it's looked pretty impressive is his serving. Third ace.
Net. First serve. First. À 40-30. 40.
Away that goes. Dimitrov. Well, can he survive past the hour mark? You feel if he holds serve, he will.
If he holds, then he definitely will. Six minutes to go.
Tough day for Dimitrov. There we go, warming up as well. Baptiste Agut waiting in the wings. It is match points. Saves one of them. There we go. Well, it's often an unpredictable world, but Rafael Nadal winning quickly in the Monte Carlo springtime is strangely reassuring. The 11-time champion is looking to continue his love story with this event he knows so well, as he makes very, very light work of Grigor Dimitrov to move into the last 8. And on the day that Djokovic has been defeated, it will take a special performance from somebody to derail the great Spaniard. Inside the hour, Lucy.
Amazing, really. I certainly didn't expect that. I don't think too many people did. I mean, it was a tough old day, wasn't it, for Grigor Dimitrov? And, I mean, he couldn't hit the court at all. And it'll be interesting to hear his feedback. But, I mean, so many unforced errors, 32 in the end from him. And, I mean, really disappointing, having won a couple of matches to get through to this stage. He's had some good battles with Nadal in the past, but it was not his day today. I mean, tough for Nadal as well in some ways, because he won't have got much rhythm out there. He won't have hit many balls, of course, you know, to get through. That's the key goal. But having not played many matches, he certainly, I think, would have actually wanted to be pushed a little more than that. I guess it happens, doesn't it?
It does happen. It has happened before. It will happen again, that Rafa Nadal able to completely dismantle a player on clay, and particularly on this court. And really, it's sort of a badge of honour of playing in this era. Dimitrov, okay, I got hammered by Nadal on clay.
I don't necessarily think it was solely down to Nadal. It was down to Dimitrov, and really struggled today. Nadal didn't have to do too much.
Well, it was from the start, wasn't it? We think perhaps Dimitrov was just caught cold a bit. That Djokovic and Evans match finishing quickly. Perhaps he thought Djokovic was going to take it to a third, but he didn't.
Well, that's right. We see the numbers there, 32 unforced errors. It's tough to have too much impact if you're missing the court so much. A lot of those were double faults as well, and mainly on the forehand side. Did produce some winners, but of course, I mean, so difficult when Nadal's only hitting 5 as well, so you're getting nothing back at all. You see the speeds on serve for both players. It's Nadal, the consistency as well, 89% of returns going back into play, and the Spaniard winning all the exchanges, no matter how long the points were. Really one-way traffic. I mean, 55 minutes certainly wasn't something that I would predict would happen. And Nadal, good numbers on serve. He did serve well, 3 aces there. He did well behind both first and second serve, and obviously putting a lot of pressure on both Dimitrov's first and second serve, and a whole load of break points as well.
Very quick win for Nadal. It's his second quickest ever here in Monaco. And he is moving on to the quarter-finals. In terms of Dimitrov's worst ever defeats, that does tie his worst ever defeat in terms of 3-set matches. He lost in Stockholm to Nieminen, 6-love, 6-2. So the 6-1, 6-1 today does tie that, as Nadal breezes through to the last 8. And he should be absolutely delighted with how he got through there. I think surprised it was that quick, I'm sure. Let's hear from our winner.
Rafa, many congratulations. Your great record against Grigor continues, and crucially, you looked in control right from the off there in game 1 today.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, sorry for him. I mean, he played a bad match. That's the truth. He made it a lot of mistakes. I was there. I was doing the right thing, but it's true that today was more his fault than my good tennis.
I wanted to ask you as well, considering the lack of competitive tennis you've played recently, how much have you been working on, say, simulated matches back in Mallorca? Because you do look really sharp, considering the lack of contests you've had recently.
Well, I think I am, as I said the days before. No, I think I did the right preparation. I felt ready for the action again. I'm excited to play here in one of my favorite tournaments, without a doubt. So just happy to enjoy the competition again, to enjoy the tour. And well, in Mallorca, I think I had some good practices. So let's see. Tomorrow, another tough match. I hope to be ready for it.
And you are in a quite incredible 16th consecutive Monte Carlo quarterfinal. It's going to be Roberto Bautista Agut or Andre Rublev, and you've beaten both of them, unbeaten against both of them. It's crucial that you maintain this focus that you've shown over the last 2 days.
Well, that's what I'm trying. No, just trying to. I know always is tough when you come back after a while without being on the tour. but I think I did the right thing both days. No, just to stay very focused every single point, even if the score was in my favor. Don't lose the concentration, don't lose the intensity, and that's the goal today. No, of course, win matches, but at the same time, when I am playing well, just don't lose it. No, just keep going and keep making the things the way that I need it.
Very well done, and best of luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Good job for Nadal. He's into the 16th consecutive quarterfinal here in Monte Carlo. Absolutely remarkable for Nadal. Well, we're going to head over to Court des Princes, where Fabio Fognini did take the first set. He was then a breakdown in the second set, but it's into a tie break now in that second set. And where is this going to go? Our defending champion, of course, Fognini.
Un 0, 1-0. Bagel. Partout.
Well, whoever does make it through to the quarterfinal out of this match, they will take on